My lovely people, the fact that you see picture perfect couples online does not mean they are living in a perfect picture. And again, your children should not be your excuse for remaining in a toxic marriage. Rather, they should be your reason for living. These and many more are some of the things we are going to talk about in today's video. My name is Sandra Ezeji Anyaele. I am your marriage foundation coach. As always, I want to welcome all those that are new to my YouTube channel. And I want to say thank you to my returning subscribers. Then to those contemplating, should I subscribe? Should I not subscribe? Please subscribe to this life-changing channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about something that is heartbreaking. Yes, it is heartbreaking because it is something that could have been avoided. I know you must have heard about the story going on online about BIMBO and IVD. As a matter of fact, it was heart-wrenching for me. Yes, because just this year we were talking about Osinachi, and in a few months after that we are talking about BIMBO, and it is all boiled down to the same thing: domestic violence. It was said that BIMBO and IVD were young lovers. They started their relationship when they were pretty young, and all efforts to stop BIMBO, from getting in close contact with IVD was proved abortive, because each time the parents tried to stop her, she ends up going back to IVD. Yes, we could say that it was love, but I call it toxic love, because any love that can lead you to your death is not a good one. Having said that, at a point in their relationship, the parents figured out, that was what we read and the videos that are all over the internet, that after some time the parents noticed that they could not stop them. They didn't have any other option than to allow them to get married. Of course, they said that BIMBO at a point got pregnant, so the father had to sponsor the wedding. Now they've been married for so many years. Yes, because they have 5 beautiful kids to themselves, right? 4 girls and a boy. It was said that IVD has not been a very good husband. It was also said that IVD was violent. It was also said that BIMBO didn't summon up the courage to leave the marriage because, according to her, she has invested so much into IVD. She has done even things that are unheard of because of IVD, because according to the story, she loved IVD so much. I am not here to tell you whether IVD loved her in return or not, but what I am here to tell you is that it is not worth it. Yes, anything that can lead to your death is not worth it. As a matter of fact, if you are in a relationship and it is life-threatening, you should leave that relationship. I am telling you this as a coach because these are some of the things we deal with. So, a lot of things were going on in their relationship, and yet BIMBO felt she should not leave IVD because, according to her, she has done a lot. Why would she not leave IVD? On the day she died, according to the story, she wanted to leave. She made up her mind to leave. By the way, this is not the first time they say she has left. She left sometime in 2019 or 2020, yes, when they said that IVD beat her and she went into coma. She left, and after some time she came back. They have been going on and off like that. Both of them were in a toxic relationship because both of them did not figure out some of the things they were supposed to figure out from the beginning. Now let us come to the learning points. In my videos, I don't apportion blames. I don't say this person has fault, this person is not at fault. But what I do is to talk about the learning points, so that people that are seeing similar situations will know what to do. That's what I talk about. I have like 10 points that I brought out from their story. The number 1 point I brought out is love yourself. Learn to love yourself. Yes, love is the greatest gift you can give to yourself. Do not lean your happiness on the shadow of someone else. It doesn't make sense, because you are your own rescue. You are more than enough. Yes, that is the truth. The second thing I want us to learn from this incident is lack of good values. What are your values? What do you value in life? Do you value physical features? Do you value money? Remember, money can't buy you morals. Money can't buy you integrity. What are your values? Because if you have good values, then it is very important that you look for somebody that appreciates your values and somebody who also has value and respect value. That's just the truth. Because if you are looking at money or physical attributes and forgetting character, then you are making a mistake. So value is also very important. If you don't have value, then you are making a very big mistake. The third point I want us to talk about is knowing your purpose. My sweetheart, if you know your purpose in life, there are things you don't do, honestly. Is your purpose just to be born and after some time you will die without making any impact on the earth? Is that your purpose? Do you know that the covenant of life is more important than the covenant of marriage? Do you know that? Then if you do, you are not supposed to tamper with that life because you didn't give yourself the life. The person that gave you that life for a reason. And now, how will you not know about the purpose of your life? If you know the purpose of your life, before you do anything, you process it. And if it's not going to work, you leave it. If it's going to work, you go ahead and do it. The fourth point I want us to talk about is knowing what marriage is and what marriage means to you. A lot of people go into marriage because others are getting married. A lot of people get married because they want to have children. A lot of people go into marriage because they want a man that will sponsor them in school. A lot of people go into marriage because their family is poor. They want a man that will come and uplift the family. A lot of people go into marriage because they have seen a woman that they will swindle. People go into marriage for different reasons. But then ask yourself, am I going into marriage for the right reason? Because it's only when you know why you are going into marriage that you do marriage right. If you don't know why you are going into marriage and what marriage is about, you will not do marriage right. The fifth learning point is you have to be empowered. Being empowered can be anything. Yes, it can come in the form of self-development. It can come in the form of acquiring a new skill. It can come in the form of learning a new language. Anything that you will do to make yourself better, you have to do it. Do not relax because you are married. Do not tell yourself, yes, now that I am married, it is my partner that will be doing everything that I want. Now that I am married, I have arrived at my destination. No, you have not. Because marriage is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Before you do marriage, learn what marriage is about. Understand it. Get yourself equipped. Because if you are not equipped, it will affect you in your marriage. You will struggle. For instance, it was said that BIMBO helped IVD to become who he is today. If that is true, then did BIMBO help herself too? That is the big question on everybody's lips. Did she help herself too? Because if she helped herself, remember, she wanted to, go with something. She wanted to leave the marriage with something when she had made up her mind to leave. But unfortunately, she could not achieve that. But if she had something, she can live conveniently because it's just a matter of starting all over again. Yes, one can make mistake. And when you make mistake, you start all over again. It is not about falling. It is about getting up. It is about not remaining down. That is just the truth. Empower yourself. Don't go into marriage empty-handed. Do not say, I have seen a woman that is so rich, and then you forget yourself. I have seen a man that is so rich, then you forget yourself. No, you are an individual. You are here for a reason. So make your life count, and you are more than enough. The sixth learning point I want us to consider is your children are not your excuse. Yes, they are not. They are not your excuse for remaining in a toxic marriage. Rather, they are your reason for living a toxic marriage. What do I mean? A lot of times women, have the impression that if I leave, my children will do this. If I leave, my children that. And you remain in a toxic relationship. It's affecting your mental health. It's affecting your well-being. You are not thinking straight. But do you know that these children will grow up and ask you, Mommy, you should have left? That is the truth. They would have asked you, Mommy, you should have left. You shouldn't have stayed. So now that BIMBO is there, what about the children? Because a lot of times, some people think that because of the children, I am taking what I'm taking in my marriage. So even if you don't want to divorce this partner of yours, you can step aside. By the time this person goes through a therapy, takes counseling and comes back to his or her senses, then you people can continue from where you stop. That is the truth. The seventh learning point is be mindful of your mental health. Your mental health is at stake. Yes, it is at stake. Because what will push someone who is sane to set the house on fire? The stress has been so much that obviously it has affected her mental health. Sometimes too, when your mental health is affected, you don't even know what you are doing. You don't think straight any longer. Your mental health is very important. That is why if you don't take care of your mental health, you can be suicidal. That is one of the dangers of, toiling with your mental health. You should be checking your mental health. Anything that will tamper your mental health should be, set aside. It is not worth it. You are not supposed to risk your life in the name of marriage. You are not supposed to remain in a toxic relationship because when your mental health is affected, you think that whatever your partner is doing to you is normal. If you don't take care of your mental health, then there will be a problem. Just like what happened, how people are blaming her. A lot of people are blaming BIMBO. But like I said, I'm not here to blame anybody. Yes, I'm not here to blame anybody because a lot of things must have gone wrong. They've been married for so long, and who knows exactly the time this toxic relationship started. Who knows? It has been, maybe she has been so engrossed that she just told herself, let me end it all. That is the truth. Who knows? Nobody knows. But we are saying these things now so that people that are in a similar situation will know what to do. That is why we are doing what we are doing. The eighth learning point is avoid complacency in marriage. Yes. Complacency is a situation where you feel you've gotten there, you now relax. You don't relax in marriage, you keep working. Marriage is like a flower. You keep watering it. You don't say, because I've gotten married, I've reached where I'm going, then you relax, you're not doing anything again. BIMBO, according to the story, made IVD, yes. But because they have the money now, so to speak, both of them now relax. They were not working on their marriage again. They were just taking anything anybody does, no problem. They were not watering themselves. They were not checking their vision board if they had any. They were not thinking about, what they planned to do together if they had plans. So complacency should be discouraged in marriage. You should not relax. Marriage is work. Marriage is not a walk in the park. Marriage is not a place where you say, yes, now they have put the ring on my finger, so nothing again. No, you have to be up and about. That is even when the work starts. Yes, because you are there for a reason. If you don't know, in marriage, one of the things that marriage does is to make two of you a better person. The man makes the woman a better person. The woman makes the man a better person. You are not supposed to remain the same way you were when you got married. That's just the truth. So complacency should be avoided in marriage. The ninth learning point is say no to violence of any form. Violence in marriage does not just start. There are signs to it. Even though I'm not going to go into details, but I can tell you that violence of any sort has signs. It comes with signs. But when you ignore those signs, it aggravates. That's how it works. Do not accept violence, any form of violence. Say no to it. Because if you accept it or think that it is mild, after all, my friend said his or her own partner does worse things, then you are accommodating it. And when you accommodate it, it continues. And before you know it, it blossoms into something else. So saying no to violence means speaking out. You can involve the services of a counselor. You can tell a trusted friend, not just any friend. You can go to, somebody you are accountable to. And you don't do that alone. By the time this person tells you one or two things that you needed to know, then your partner also will receive the same advice and all that. Then people can make amends. Nobody is perfect, but both of you can come together and say, we've been doing this thing the wrong way. Now we want to get it right. I don't believe in a situation where you as a wife, you are the only one looking for counseling, while the husband or your husband is not doing anything. I don't believe that. And as a coach, I have to tell you that both parties should be involved. Yes, both parties should be involved. So that by the time they tell me what I needed to do, they will also tell my husband what he needs to do for the marriage to work. So you need to say no to violence of any form, because violence has many children. Yes, it's not just physical violence. There are a lot of it. There are just a lot of it. The 10th and final learning point I want to talk about today is overlooking counseling. Now, let me ask you, do you know the cost of getting a divorce? I'm not talking about outside Nigeria. I'm based in Nigeria. Do you know the cost of getting a divorce in Nigeria? Do you know? If you know the cost of getting a divorce in Nigeria, then you will not think twice to seek the services of a counselor. I'm not saying that automatically, as soon as you seek the services of a counselor, you will not have any issues again. No arguments. Everything will not be rosy. It's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there are some things that will be avoided if you seek the services of a counselor. Yes, the counselor will tell you the road you are about to ply, what is on that road. The counselor will advise you on how to, navigate. The counselor will tell you some of the things you need to avoid in order to remain married. There are so many benefits in seeking counseling. That's just the truth. But some people don't, take it to heart because they feel counseling is expensive. But if it's expensive, have you thought of getting a divorce? How many years it takes you and the money involved? So when you want your marriage to succeed, you have to look for avenues that you will use to make it work. That's just the truth. So seeking the services of a counselor is something that a lot of people have frowned at, but it is very important. If you seek the services of a counselor, there are so many things you will avoid. Yes, you are not yet married until you are married. You don't know these things. So somebody that have told that line will have to educate you so that you know. A counselor will even, advise you on some books to read that will help you. You continue working on your mind. You have to continue. You have to continue. Every year, you tell yourself, what new things are we adding? What are the things that we did not do well? Let us remove those things because they did not work for us. Marriage is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So please go through these points one more time. You can see that I'm not happy. I am not happy at all. How can we just be losing women? Not just women, a lot of men are also abused, but they don't come out like the women to talk about it. But please, let us try all we can to make sure that we know what we are going into and do what is required in order to stay happily married. Yes, remember, no one will make you happy. accept you. You are more than enough. You can do it. Yes, you can do it. If this video has made sense to you, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section if there are points you think you can add to the ones we have mentioned. Feel free to do that, because it is my aim to reach as many people as possible. A lot of people are going into similar situations so that they will learn. Please subscribe to this channel. Share this video so that as many people as possible will get to see this video just like you have seen it. Turn on your notification button so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be the first to know. I love you so very much, and I'll see you in my next video.